Uren, uren. Und dir geöffnet. Rosiande, rosiande, rosiande. Yes. Bucher site 1596. Okay. Where was I? Yes. Yes, how can I help you? Sure, just yeah. Yeah, you can sit there. No problem. No. Oh, really? Yeah. I usually come here on Thursdays. Thursdays, yes. But today was such a good weather. A little cold, yes, a little cold. But the day looks beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, usually on Thursday, so I don't come here usually on this day, no. It's my favorite spot, yeah. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I guess so. It's your favorite as well. Well, sorry I took it today. Yeah. So you usually come here with this? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good place to sit down and just... I was reading a book. Yes. Reading this book here. Do you know this book? Maybe you don't know it. It's not exactly famous, but it's from a famous writer. Yes, do you know him? J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, Tolkien from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. This is another story. Yeah, from Middle Earth as well. It was given to me by a very, very special person. Yes. Yeah, usually we come here together. But on Thursdays, today was not possible. So, I brought this, which reminds me. It's like we are both here. Yeah. And I just read it. It has some very nice story. It's a complicated words, a few moments, because you know it's Lord of the Rings. It has many weird names and all of that. But I love it. I love it. Yes, I can read it out loud. Yes. How are you feeling, truly? Yes, sure. I think if I read out loud, it can help you calm down a little bit. It's one of those moments, right? Yes. Well, yes, I know. Many things to consider, right? Difficult choices. Yeah, it's not easy. Let me try help you. At least for now, just, well, enjoy the view, the wind on your face. Yes. And the singing of the birds, the light of the sun. Yeah, a little bit of hypnosis there. So, Yeah, let me tell you. I go back a few pages to give you the beginning of the story. How about that? Yes. So, in the beginning here, we have this nice little drawing. Do you see it? Yes. A nice little drawing of this woman in the forest. And there's one man looking at her from behind another tree. Yeah, he's fascinated by her because she's dancing. Yeah, dancing in a very, very special way. So, the tale of Tinuvio. Two children. Two children had Timwalit then. I told you it starts really, really complicated. Two children had Tinvelint. Then Dairon and Tinuvial. And Tinuvial was a maiden, and the most beautiful of all the maidens of the hidden elves. And indeed, few have been so fair, for her mother was a fae, a daughter of the gods, but Dairon was then a boy strong and merry. And above all things he delighted to play upon a pipe of reeds or other woodland instruments. And he is named now among the three most magic players of the elves. And the others are Tinfang Varble and Ivare, who plays beside the sea. But Tinuvial's joy was rather in the dance, and no names are set with hers for the beauty and subtlety of her twinkling feet. Now it was a delight of Dairon and Tinuvial to fare away from the cavernous place of Timvelent, their father, and together spend long times amid the trees. Yes, that's the name of the father of the two children, Timvelent. And the kids are Dairon and Tinuvial. Yes, you got it. Boy and a girl. So, they used to like to run away a little bit, through the forest. There often would Darren sit upon a tussock or a tree root and make music while Tinuvial danced. And when she danced to the playing of Dairon, more lissome was than Gwendolen, more magical than Tinfang Varble neath the moon. Nor may any see such lifting save be it only in the rose gardens of Valinor, where Nissa dances on the lawns of never-fading green. I know I'm confused as well by what I just read. Too many words. Just kidding. The sun is getting a very good position, isn't it? Very beautiful to look at. Even at night, when the moon shone pale, still would they play and dance, and they were not afraid, as I should be, for the rule of Tingvelint and of Gwendolen held evil from the woods, and Melko troubled them not as yet, and men were hymned beyond the hills. Now the place that they loved the most was a shady spot, and elms grew there, and beech too, but these were not very tall, and some chestnut trees there were with white flowers, but the ground was moist, and a great misty growth of hemlocks rose beneath the trees. On a time of June they were playing there, and the white umbels of the hemlocks were like a cloud above the boles of the trees. And there Tinuviel danced until the evening faded late, and there were many white moths abroad. Tinuviel, being fairy-minded, them not as many of the children of men do, although she loved not beetles and spiders, will none of the elder touch because of unvaliancy. But now the white moths flittered about her head, and Diron thrilled an eerie tune, when suddenly that strange thing befell. Never have I heard how Beren came thither over the hills, yet was he braver than most, and thou shalt hear, and 'twas the love of wandering maybe alone that had sped him through the terrors of the Iron Mountains until he reached the lands beyond. I must be taking you away from all of those thoughts with all of these crazy words, right? Yes, it does the same to me. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm reading, to be honest, but it's the sounds of the words. Yes. They just take my head away to other places. Now, Beren was a gnome, son of Agnor, the forester who hunted in the darker places in the north of Hisalon. Dread and suspicious was between the elder and those of their kindred that had tasted the slavery of Melkor, and in this did the evil deeds of the gnomes at the haven of the swans revenge itself. Now the lies of Melkor ran among Beren's folk, so that they believed evil things of the secret elves. Yet now did he see Tinuviel dancing in the twilight, and Tinuviel was in a silver pearly dress, and her bare white feet were twinkling among the hemlock stems. Then Beren cared not whether she were Vala, or elf, or child of man, and he leaned against a young elm that grew upon a mound, so that he might look down into the little glade where she was dancing. For the enchantment made him faint. So slender was she, and so fair, that at the length he stood, headlessly in the open, the better to gaze upon her. And at the moment the full moon came brightly through the bogs, and Diron caught sight of Beren's face. Straightway he perceived that he was none of their folk, and the elves of the woodland, though of the gnomes of Dolomin, as treacherous creatures, cruel and faithless. Wherefore Daron dropped his instruments, wherefore, and crying, "Flee, flee away, Tenuvio, an enemy walks these woods," and she was gone swiftly through the trees. I hope I took your mind away. Yeah, that was the plan. I mean, I start reading these words and people just, it's like their head goes to the clouds and they relax and sometimes fall asleep. Yeah, the tale is Baron and Luthien, yes. Yes, this is the first moment they see each other. Baron just walks into these woods and sees the young elf lady dancing. And then this amazing journey to get her hand in marriage begins. Yes. Well, I have to go now. Yes. It was good. I'm glad I was able to help. You can have your favorite spot now for yourself. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it was good company. Good company. Well, maybe if I come back here on this day of the week, we talk more. For now, goodbye. Yes, good day.